She thought she'd take a walk. Ooh. She walked down by the old graveyard. Ooh. She saw the bones a laying around. Ooh. She went to the closet to get a broom. She opened the door and
Hello everyone, Scary Skeleton Reactor here, bringing to you yet another reaction video. Time for some more Mr. Nightmare. Now this one, it's going to be 9 creepy, unsolved Christmas time mysteries. So, once again, another combination of Halloween horror with Christmas. Yeah, did it with Skellington's Revenge and the phone call animated Christmas horror short. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. So, without further ado, let's get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Unsolved mysteries. Seriously, have the cold case unit get more involved in
Christmas
this.
Day, 1996,
The disappearance of
32-year-old Patty Vaughn left her home in Lavernia, Texas, and never came back.
Oh,
Her
wow.
car was found 15 miles from her house, but her body was never discovered.
What?
The only thing that she left behind were bloodstains all around her house, and 3 children, all who were playing in their house at the time, and didn't notice she was gone until hours later.
Uh-oh.
In 2001, the Merlin family was attending a small
Santa
Christmas
and
party
the disappearance
in
of a
Denver.
young boy.
A Santa Claus was hired anonymously to come in and hand out presents to the children at the party. It was seen by many attending the party that the Santa Claus whispered something into one of the Merlin sons' ears when he was sitting on his lap. A few minutes after the Santa said his goodbyes and left the party, the young Merlin boy left the firehouse that was hosting the party as well, only to never be seen or heard from again.
Are these actual photos,
Santa
by the way?
also disappeared without a trace.
Uh-oh.
Tracy
Santa's
Burns
up to no
moved
good.
from Birmingham to
The murder
Rochdale
of
with her
Tracy
boyfriend Joey
Burns.
Cavagna and their 2 young children. On December 23rd, she went back to her old flat to fetch some things when 2 men came inside the flat and abducted her. The men took her to the town of Eaton, placed her on the steps in front of a church, and burned her alive.
Oh my
She
god.
managed to stay alive long enough to tell the story and kept repeating what the men were asking her, "Where is Joey?" before they set her on fire. Joey debunked ever having known anyone who would have done this to his family.
Oh wow.
19-year-old Rhonda Hinson was murdered on December 22nd, 1981 after attending a company Christmas party. She died from someone firing a bullet that traveled through the trunk and driver's seat and then into her heart.
Oh my
What was
goodness.
never explained about Rhonda's murder was a mystery man who witnesses had spotted standing next to her car around the time of her death. Rhonda's parents also told the police she was acting strange just days before the murder occurred. During the 1960s and 70s, the city Warminster in England was known as a place where UFO sightings kept happening. However, the sightings were not initially flying objects, rather unexplained sounds. The most curious case was of Marjorie By, who was on her way home from a Christmas church service when she was knocked to the ground and paralyzed by the strange vibrating noises. She described the experience as being pinned down by the invisible fingers of sound. She never recovered.
Oh my goodness, did she
Jared
die?
Betterson and Susan Klingel lived in
Disappearance of
Dearborn,
Nicole
Michigan
Betterson.
with their daughter Nicole. Soon after Nicole turned 2, they were in a car accident and Nicole's mother Susan passed away.
Oh my god.
Jared then remarried to a woman named Barbara with whom he decided to move, but never saying where to exactly to his family or his late wife's family. Ever since that move, Nicole was never seen again, and Jared and Barbara were only found after they both committed suicide 20 years later. The
Wow.
only thing left behind them was a note saying they were sorry for all they've done.
Uh-oh, did they kill the daughter
In
too?
2007, in a small
Arkansas
town in
Santa
Arkansas,
Claus.
there was an unknown man dressed as Santa Claus walking around town that left gifts on about 6 people's stoops. 5 of them were later revealed to be old useless toys and other junk, while Jamie Frester and her husband received a package containing a series of papers. Most of them consisted of nothing but old office papers dating back to the 80s and 90s, but there was one note that stood out due to its large writing. It said simply, "I'm sorry for whatever happens to your son." 2 years later, their 12-year-old son Chris was hit by a car while crossing the street on his bike and suffered fatal injuries.
Oh my
The car that
God.
hit him did not stop to help and was never identified. To this day, it was never learned who the mysterious Santa Claus was, or if that note was purely coincidental. 38-year-old Lockhart, Texas resident Latricia White was spending Christmas of 1994 with her boyfriend Lee Wackerhagen and his 9-year-old son Chance. Lee was supposed to drop off his son to his mother on Christmas Day, but decided to keep him for a few more days. A few days later, Lee's girlfriend Latricia was found dead in their apartment, and Lee and his son were never seen again.
Uh-oh.
The police suspected Lee killed Latricia and ran, taking his son with him, but their suspicions were never confirmed, as Lee was never found.
That has to be a reason.
Everyone who celebrates
The author
Christmas
of
knows the
Twas the
song
Night
A
Before
Visit from
Christmas.
St. Nicholas, or better known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. However, the origin of this song has a fair amount of mystery linked to it. For many years, no one knew who wrote it. A Visit from St. Nicholas was sent anonymously to the Sentinel, a newspaper in New York, and first published on December 23, 1823. It's still not established who wrote it, as several men came forward saying it was them, but literature experts were never really able to determine who was telling the truth. The original author was finally determined in 1837 when Clement Clark Moore claimed authorship.
Wow. Seriously, Cold Cases Unit, you need to start cracking down and start solving these mysteries, because, I mean, these are they're definitely cases where evidence is clearly being overlooked. Wow. Especially with the disappearance of young children. It's clearly that there's a direct motive of the parent, of the father or the mother, that it was them that killed their spouse and then abducted their children. And also for the unknown Santa, I mean, definitely up to no good. An unknown Santa being hired anonymously, I mean, that right there is a red flag. Definitely don't know their background, whether they have a criminal record or not. Seriously. I mean, I know this was back in from the late 70s, 80s, and 90s, but seriously, that's no excuse. There's no excuse at all for any of these mysteries, so... Anyways, that was 9 creepy unsolved Christmas time mysteries, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. I really love Mr. Nightmare's content. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You know the drill. Please like, please subscribe. If you guys have requests, comment down below. I'll see you guys in my next reaction. Peace.